What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. So I recently posted a poll, asked you guys if you would rather see a Steelers rebuild with Fields and Russ or a Jets rebuild with Mike Williams and HAASON Reddick, and you guys wanted to see this the most. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The Jets lost Bryce Huff, which was unfortunate. I don't think it was the biggest deal, but you know, it still sucks losing a player like that, but they got HAASON Reddick, who I would say is better. Is he older? I want to say Bryce Huff's just a little bit younger than HAASON Reddick. Actually, probably a decent amount. HAASON Reddick's like 28 years old, I believe. So I would say they upgraded for now at least. And then Mike Williams is going to be a huge addition to this receiving core. They also added Tyron Smith. They're really setting Rodgers up for success. He has a great receiving core, a great O-line now. The O-line was really bad last year, and they, made it look a lot better. And I know this isn't a new addition, but Breece Hall is honestly one of my favorite players in the NFL. He kind of won me my fantasy league, but just watching him, I think with this better O-line, he's going to be great. He's already really good in the passing game, and now there's two other receivers to take attention away from him, and he's great in the run game as well. He got injured in his first year. I think he would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year as a rookie if he, didn't get injured. And speaking of injuries, honestly, the thing that scares me about this team is you already got screwed over by injuries this year. Rodgers got hurt. Or we were just talking about how Breece Hall got hurt a couple years ago. Mike Williams is probably one of the most injury-prone receivers in the league. I can't remember the last time he had a full, healthy season. I think he's a great player, great receiver, but the injury concerns do scare me a little bit. If this team deals with any injuries, they're going to have some problems. But if there's no injuries, we're looking at a Super Bowl roster here. The AFC is tough, so it's obviously, hard to be exactly sure. But the Jets made some nice moves in the offseason. Also, I got a PC and a new capture card, so you should be able to watch this video in 1080p. If it doesn't look high quality right now, press the little settings buttons, go to quality, press advanced, and then press 1080. It should be an option available. Before our re-signings, we'll probably bring back Elijah Vera Tucker. This is only a fifth year, but it's only $6.75 million. That's very cheap for a very good young right guard. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Ashton Davis will probably let go. He is starting right now, but I think we could upgrade there. No point in re-signing Zach Wilson, or I guess this is just a fifth year, but we're not going to be bringing back Zach Wilson. I think there's a small chance that they'll keep him around after Rodgers, but I could also see them drafting somebody this year. They also signed Tyrod Taylor, which I feel like is kind of a sign that they don't have much faith in Zach. We're going to skip free agency because free agency already happened. That's how the Jets got these players. It's just weird how you have to set up these rosters if you want to use them in franchise at the current state of the NFL. If you saw the other free agency videos, you know why. So we will actually be hopping straight into the draft. I'm not sure who the Jets are projected to take probably. I've seen mocks having them take Brock Bowers. No way, I forgot to put in the draft classes. Can I still do it? No, I have to just dude, I have to go back and reset everything. There's got to be a way to do it. Nah, alright, well, gotta take I'll see y'all in 20 minutes probably. Okay, we should be good now, and Aaron Rodgers happened to go up to X Factor in the sim, and we're only going to have him for a year or so fuck it, we're going to keep it that way. I don't know if that's cheating, but I don't think it's going to matter much. We're not going to... Oh, I forced our record to 8-9, not 7-10. Wait, what was the Jets' record? It was 7-10, right? It was 7-10. I gave us an extra win. That's just going to make our draft pick worse, so honestly, it's not like it's really cheating. God, I'm such an idiot. Okay, we picked up the fifth year for him. We let Ashton Davis go. We're not picking up that fifth year. And the rest of these guys are scrubs. All right. We actually have the right draft class now, so we should be good. We're going to skip free agency, and we're going to get into the draft. What sucks is, as I was saying earlier, I see Brock Bowers be mocked to the Jets a lot, but for some reason in these draft classes, Brock Bowers goes top 3 every time. I'm using Bengals draft class. Yeah, so the draft order is really fucked up. You can ignore that. I can't force every team's record. It would take forever, but Brock Bowers is projected to go 3rd overall. And where do we pick? Pick all the way at 14. Wants us to take Tyron Arnold. I mean, I wouldn't hate that pick. I just feel like corner isn't a huge need right now. I wanted Brock Bowers, but that's not going to happen. Well, let's just hop into the draft and let's see what we want to do. Let's see. So, Caleb Williams goes 1st overall to the Titans. The Bears take Jared Verse. Do the Seahawks take Brock Bowers? They sure do. Let's just get to our pick. It's unfortunate, but whatever. We could go with Malik Neighbors or Roma Dunze. Malik Neighbors being here is really unrealistic, so I don't think I'm going to do that. And I also just used Roma Dunze in a rebuild. So maybe we do go with Tyron Arnold. We could also go with Marion Mims, get another tackle for the future. Let's just go with Tyron Arnold. Fuck it. Only 20 years old, out of Alabama, good speed, elite jumping, great acceleration, B to D man, B press, A to C zone, A catching. Let's go ahead and take him. He's only 20 years old, so he's going to be here for a while. Hidden dev, 91 speed, 92 excel, 6 foot, 195. And we, of course, don't have our second round pick. The Packers have it because we got Rodgers. We may take a quarterback here in the third round to be Rodgers' replacement because he's probably only going to play 1 year. Like, we could go with Michael Pratt. We could go with Spencer Rattler. That would actually be really funny. How does Spencer Rattler look in these draft classes? 22 years old, good strength, great throw power, pretty good accuracy, he's good under pressure, good throw on the run. He has F awareness. Michael Pratt. I honestly don't know much about Michael Pratt. I've never really watched him play. 21-year-old strong arm, elite strength. He's a strong arm with solid throw power. His accuracies are better. He has good under pressure. He doesn't have F awareness. He's probably not going to have a dev trait. We are going to take him to be Rodgers' replacement once we lose him. And who knows, maybe we'll take another quarterback in the upcoming years after if Michael Pratt is like a 60 overall. Roman Wilson's still on the board. So is Xavier Legette. Brendan Rice is also still here. I wouldn't hate taking it. It's like all receivers. This is a strong receiver class. I like Jalen McMillan, only 21. He has great strength. A release, B to D catch in traffic, C spec catch. I feel like we should go with either Roman Wilson or Xavier Legette. Roman Wilson actually looks really good here. 22 years old. Great speed, elite acceleration. B spec catch, B short route, A catch in traffic, B catching. We're going to go ahead and take him. Even if he's a lower overall than Alan Lazard, we're going to start him anyways. Only normal dev, but 95 speed, 94 excel, 22 years old. And then our next pick is not until the fourth. Ooh, we have 2 fourth-rounders. I did not know that. So I guess we can make another pick here in the 4th round. Should we just go with Legette and get 2 receivers? What other position could we even take, like O-line? I mean, there's still actually some good O-linemen left. I like Isaiah Adams. He is 23 years old. Great speed, good strength, but he actually looks pretty good here. A lead block, B pass block, B run block. Let's go ahead and take him, add some depth to the O-line. Only normal dev, but 87 strength. I think he'll be a pretty decent overall. And now we're going to let the CPU take over, and we're going to get to the draft recap. Dude, this is so nice. Like, I got a new PC, a new monitor. So, like, used to, I was recording on my MacBook with this little shitty, like, Chinese capture card, and my MacBook was just plugged into my monitor, so I was recording off of the OBS screen. So there's, like, this huge delay, and now, like, I can just actually play on the monitor. It's actually really nice. But Tyron Arnold's a 76 overall. Michael Pratt's only a 69. If he can develop by the time we lose Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't hate starting him. We'll just have to see what we want to do there. Roman Wilson's a 72, and Isaiah Adams is a 70, so he'll probably get rotated in on the O-line a little bit. And, you know, could be a starter eventually as we lose players. I'm actually curious as to how many more years Rodgers is going to play. So go ahead and leave in the comments, how many more years do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to play, assuming he stays healthy every year? Normally in rebuilds, I like to stick with the team I'm rebuilding's playbook for the first year or two. But honestly, the Jets' playbook just isn't very good. I'm also thinking I'm going to convert our defense to a 3-4 because 4-3 defenses suck in this game. But we're a West Coast zone run, so we're going to go ahead and do the Dallas offense. And then let me go fuck with our defense. I'm going to turn it into a 3-4, I think. This is going to take some time, but it'll only take 1 second for y'all. All right, much better. I kind of forgot we didn't re-sign our safety, by the way, so kind of fucked up there. Which one of our corners would be the best safety? DJ Reed, maybe? Yeah, I think we're going to be starting DJ Reed at safety this year because we kind of need him there. And plus, we got Tyron Arnold, so it's not like, you know what I mean. Let's just let me just stop here. Reed. Can I say that word on YouTube? I should probably be more careful about saying that. But it's time to finally get the rebuild started. I'm sorry if these intros take forever. It's just God. I'm excited to see how we're going to do this first year. I think we could make the playoffs in this first year. But let's get to the midseason of this first year and let's see how the New York Jets do. And we're actually 5-1 at the midseason. We have the 10th offensive points per game. We have the 3rd defense. We actually have the 5th passing defense and the 3rd rushing defense. Our offense isn't very good in rushing yards. Passing yards is pretty decent. Let's go ahead and see how everybody's doing real quick. Aaron Rodgers, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, only 1 interception with a 68 completion percentage. He's doing so good. And for how bad our rushing offense was in yards, this actually isn't terrible. At a Breece Hall, 465 yards, 4.2 per carry, 3 touchdowns. Mike Williams, leading receiver. I don't know why Garrett Wilson's all the way down here. We probably need to move Garrett Wilson into the slot. I also forgot to move Roman Wilson up in the depth chart. I'll make sure we do that. Tyron Smith has already allowed 4 sacks. He's honestly not very good in this game, but the rest of the O-line I'd say is doing pretty good. Quinn Williams already has 4 sacks. HAASON Reddick has 2.5. But we have 19 players to re-sign at the midseason. We have $83 million. We have to bring back HAASON Reddick. I don't know if he got a contract or how many years are on his deal. You can't adjust the contracts in the roster, so we'll just go ahead and re-sign him here. 4 years, 83 is a lot. I also don't really want him for 4 years. I wonder if he would take 3 years, 62. And he does, so that's perfect. DJ Reed, yeah, we may as well bring him back. We moved him to safety. He's an 85 overall. We'll give him 3 years, $27 million. He's excited to stay with the team. Tyler Conklin, we may bring him back at the end of the year. Probably not, though. I think we could just draft somebody. Michael Carter's only 25, but he's not very interested. 4 years, $26 million. Is that enough? It is enough to bring him back. Tony Adams will hold off on. Zach Wilson, we're not going to re-sign. We should have Mike Williams here, but again, all the contracts are fucked up, so not much I can do about that. We may bring back Morgan Moses, but I also think we could draft somebody, so we'll consider bringing him back at the end of the year. And it's a weak quarterback class, so we're not going to be drafting quarterback this year. But a really good start from the team so far. We moved Roman Wilson up in the depth chart. We moved Garrett Wilson into the slot. I'll see you guys at the end of the year where we're hopefully in the playoffs. So we're at week 11 because I was choosing our focus players for the scouting, but we have a breakout linebacker. I'm hoping this can be HAASON Reddick. Oh my god, it's HAASON Reddick. Dude, HAASON Reddick could go up to X Factor. All right, so if he hits it, I'll see you guys next week where we see if he hits his breakout. If not, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Okay, we won 20-3. There's no way. We also got a breakout receiver. Ah, HAASON Reddick did not hit the breakout. But I wonder who our breakout receiver is. If it's Mike Williams, that would actually be crazy, because then we'd have 2 breakouts from the 2 players we're doing this video about. But even Garrett Wilson would be nice, seeing him go up to superstar. No, it is Mike Williams. I don't think he's going to get 200 yards or 4 touchdowns, but we may as well check while we're here. And we did lose 30-24, so I doubt we got the breakout. Yeah, he did not hit the breakout. I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Before we hop into the playoffs and I reveal the record, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The video I posted recently, the 10-year Caleb Williams rebuild, is actually doing really good right now. You guys seem to enjoy it. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But we recently hit 400. We're on the road to 500, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. And we actually went 14-3 this year. We got the number 1 seed in the bye. In week 18, Garrett Wilson had 130 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. But we finished with the 8th offensive points per game and the number 2 defense. Aaron Rodgers had 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, 67 completion percentage. He actually had a really good year. Breece Hall, 1,200 yards, 3.9 per carry isn't great, but 15 touchdowns is insane. Mike Williams, 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Tyler Conklin actually almost got 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. Roman Wilson, 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. Breece Hall also had 300 yards through the air. And Tyron Smith actually did really good this year, as did the rest of the O-line. We allowed, I think just a little bit more than 20 sacks on the year. CJ Mosley leads the team in tackles with 124, 23 TFLs out of Quinn Williams, 13 out of HAASON Reddick, 13 out of Franklin Myers, and 13 out of Jermaine Johnson. 12.5 sacks out of Quinn Williams. He could be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. 11 out of John Franklin Myers, 10.5 HAASON Reddick. We got a lot of sacks this year. And 4 picks out of Quincy Williams, 4 out of Chuck Clark, 3 out of Michael Carter, 3 out of CJ Mosley, 2 out of Sauce, 1 out of Tony Adams, and 1 out of DJ Reed. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. That's awesome. We came in 7th with Aaron Rodgers. Robert Saleh actually went ahead and won Coach of the Year. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jonathan Taylor. Breece Hall down here at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt. We came in 3rd with Quinn Williams. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Caleb Williams on the Titans. We came in 6th with Roman Wilson. I think if we would have been starting him all year, he could have been up here, but I think Caleb Williams would have won it no matter what. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jordan Birch for the Browns. We came in 7th with Terry and Arnold. But yeah, we got the bye, so let's go ahead and see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional round. Let's just hope it's not like the Chiefs, at least. Any other team I think we have a good chance against. Okay, the Bills honestly isn't much better. They had the 13th offensive points per game, the 5th defense. We actually were better than them in almost every single category. So we have a good chance to win this game. We have home field advantage. We have the higher overall team. But honestly, it's close enough that if we lost, I wouldn't be too mad, but I think we deserve the win. So let's send to the AFC Championship. Let's see if we can beat the Bills. And we do win 28-21 over the Bills. We're taking on the Chargers in the AFC Championship. They had the 13th offensive points per game, the 5th defense. They actually had the number 1 pass D, and that was the best part of our offense. So they actually match up pretty well against us here. We have an 86 overall team. They have an 85. This should be a good game. Let's get to the Super Bowl, and let's see what happens. Damn, and we lost to the Chargers. We lost 17-24. It would have been nice to make a Super Bowl in the first year, but we haven't really done much rebuilding yet, so I don't care too much. I wonder if anybody got a depth trade upgrade. Mike Williams may have gotten one. He had a good year. Maybe Breece Hall. Yeah, Breece Hall goes up to superstar. I want to say Quinton Williams only had superstar. I don't know that. No, I think he did have X Factor. I think I'm tweaking. But Quinton Williams went up to star. That's awesome. So overall, a good year. It would have been nice to make the Super Bowl, but I can't complain about the year we had, honestly. But this is the scary part. We have to send past the Super Bowl and see if Aaron Rodgers retires. No, he does not retire. We do lose Morgan Moses, but I'd rather lose him than Aaron Rodgers. But let's get into the rest of the re-signings we missed out on. We still have over $70 million to spend, so we should be able to bring back everybody pretty easily. So we have the 5th year for Sauce Gardner. He's a 99 overall X Factor. He's only 25. $20 million is a little expensive, but I think it's cheap for how good of a player he is. We also have the 5th year for Garrett Wilson. See, like, his 5th year is more expensive than Sauce Gardner's, and I think Sauce Gardner's going to ask for a bigger contract. So we'll actually not pick up Garrett Wilson's. We'll just re-sign him whenever the time comes. We have the 5th year for Jermaine Johnson. He actually had a pretty decent year. $13 million is pretty affordable. We'll go ahead and pick that up as well. Tyler Conklin did have a good year, but he's only 78 overall, and there's some good tight ends in the upcoming draft. Tony Adams, I don't even believe he's a starter, so we'll let him go. Zach Wilson will let him go. I think we're going to let go of pretty much everybody else here. And now it's time to hop into free agency, and after going 14-3 and almost making the Super Bowl, if we can make a splash in free agency here, we'll have a really good shot of winning the Super Bowl next year. And we have another year with Aaron Rodgers. I want to take a quick look at the lineup to make sure I know exactly what I want to go for in free agency. So we lost Morgan Moses. We do need a new tackle. I'm glad we drafted Isaiah Adams last year because he's going to be a starter now this year. We could get Breece Hall a backup running back. We don't need a receiver. We could use a tight end, but I kind of want to draft one. And then honestly, I don't really think we need anything on defense. Actually, I really don't think we need anything on defense. Like, I'm pretty positive. We could use some corner depth. We only have 3 good corners, but that's like honestly the least of my concerns. We could always draft one, and even if he's just a 70 overall, that'd be fine by me. We could go for Joel Bitonio, but he'd start over Isaiah Adams, and he's not even interested in the team. We don't need DeMarcus Lawrence. We don't need Wyatt Teller. We could use Asante Samuel, but I think that'd be doing the most almost. But we could also go for Asante Samuel and just trade Michael Carter. We did just re-sign Michael Carter, but it's not like we gave him that much money. And Asante Samuel's really interested in the team. He's only 25 years old. And Jedrick Wills was also in free agency, but I would rather draft a tackle. He's pretty bad in simulation. But we're going to go for Asante Samuel. We're going to go for Khalil Herbert to be Breece Hall's backup. Asante Samuel does have some good offers from other teams. But if we don't get him, it's not like it's the end of the world. But let's go ahead and send these offers through and see if these players want to sign. They do both sign, and we actually got both of them, so that's huge. We made some big additions to this team. We'll probably be trading Michael Carter, unfortunately, but I don't really care that much. And we're actually able to turn Michael Carter, a 4th and a 5th round pick, into the Giants' 2nd round pick. And Britton Edwards is actually a round 1 talent, so maybe this is going to be our 1st round pick. 22 years old out of Alabama, elite strength, elite speed, great acceleration. A run block, B pass block. He also has A medium route, B spec catch, A break tackle, B catching traffic, A catching, A deep route. This will likely be our 1st round pick. I do want to take a look at the mock draft to make sure we're going to be able to draft him in the 1st round and make sure I don't need to trade up. Dude, the fucking Chiefs are going to take him. God damn it. And if he goes to the Chiefs, he's going to be a demon. So let's trade up with the Chiefs. Actually, no. We're going to trade up with the team above the Chiefs because the mock drafts always lie. We're going to trade up with the Colts. We just got an extra 2nd rounder, so it should be pretty easy, and it's also like the 23rd overall pick, so I don't even think we'll have to give up a 2nd rounder. So we're swapping up to 23. We had to give up a 3rd round pick this year and a 4th next year and the year after. But now we should be able to get that tight end that we want. We'll try to take a tackle in the 2nd round. So let's get into the draft. Hopefully the tight end doesn't go like 10th overall in the mock drafts, just a bunch of bullshit. There we go. Britton Edwards is still here. If he has a dev trait, this is going to be a great pick by us, which he does. He also has 89 speed, 89 excel, 77 strength. Based off his like stats, he was not those stats right there, but the core attributes, he was good at like literally everything, so he should be like a high 70 overall. And it actually looks like there are some decent tackles left as well. I like Justin Sandler. He's only 21 out of USC. He has great strength. I feel like 39 bench reps should be elite, but I mean 39 isn't crazy, but if you're the strongest left tackle in the class, you may as well just have elite strength. But A run block power, B run block, A pass block power, A impact blocking. He'll most likely have a dev trait. He's only 21 years old, so I like this pick a lot. Hidden dev, 91 strength, only 21 years old, 6'6", 336 pounds. I like that pick. And then I'm trying to think what we should even try to draft here with our next pick in the 2nd round. I may take a linebacker. Both of our linebackers are like somewhat on the older side. They're not like old, but they could be younger, if you know what I mean. But also, if there's somebody just like really good that's not a linebacker, we'll probably just take them. Like, I wouldn't hate going for Kyle Willis. He's only 21 out of USF. Good strength, great speed. B man, A to C zone, B play rec, B pursuit, A awareness. This guy wouldn't really start, but he could also play slot corner or like maybe a little sub linebacker. He is 225 pounds. 225 pounds at 5'10 is not bad. I actually like this guy, and I think he might have a dev trait, so I think we're going to take him. And he does have hidden dev, 91 speed, 89 excel, only 21 years old. I think we had a really good draft. We traded a lot of our picks, so our next pick is not until the 6th round. So let's get to the end of the draft, and let's check the draft recap and see how we did. Come on, please tell me that tight end was just like an 80 overall or something. No, but a 76, I will honestly take that. Justin Sandler's a 74 overall, and Kyle Willis was a 76 overall in the late 2nd round, so it's pretty good value. And the best player in the class was actually the 1st overall pick. He was an 81 overall left end. There's an 81 overall left tackle who went 5th overall, an 80 overall strong safety who went 7th overall. This linebacker was also really good, but he was drafted 16th overall. But here's a look at the roster going into year number 2. We made the AFC Championship last year, and I think we only got better other than Aaron Rodgers overall regressing. We'll probably have to draft a quarterback next year. But other than that, we look really good. I think we could, make another playoff push this year. Isaiah Adams is going to start on the O-line. We got a new starting right tackle, new starting tight end. And then the defense looks great. The CPU actually took a hidden dev corner, which, is fine by me. And if we reach a point where DJ Reed's contract comes up, we can just let him go and start Willis at free safety. But I'll see you guys at the midseason of year number 2. Hopefully we start off as good as last year. We're just going to have to find out. And we're actually only 3-4 at the midseason. We have the 20th offensive points per game and the 20th defense. I don't know how that could be the case when our defense got better. I can kind of understand the offense just because Rodgers did regress, but the defense should be doing better, if anything. Rodgers is still doing good, though. 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks. Breece Hall isn't doing great, but he's doing pretty good. 470 yards, 4.2 per carry, 5 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson's the leading receiver. Mike Williams right here behind him. Garrett Wilson also has 6 touchdowns already. Ooh, wait, and a rookie tight end with 355 yards and 3 touchdowns already. Justin Sandler isn't starting off too great, but for a rookie, this actually isn't bad numbers, and Tyron Smith's doing pretty good. Oh, and HAASON REDDICK already has 8.5 sacks, and Jermaine Johnson has 6. Okay, holy shit. How are we only 3-4? Before re-signings, we have $117 million, so we probably have some big names to re-sign. We want to bring back Breece Hall. He's only 24 years old. I'd even give him a 5-year deal, honestly. Honestly, we're not going to go for 5 more years. Let me just give him 4 years, $42 million, and he does take it. We want to bring back Mike Williams. I don't really want him for 4 years. I'd rather give him like 3. I'll even up the money so he's more interested in taking it. We'll give him 3 years, $54 million, and he also resigns. We want to bring back Garrett Wilson. We'll give him 5 years, $97 million, and he resigns. Elijah Vera Tucker, we want to bring him back 2 years, $18 million. He resigns. Quincy Williams is already 29, so I don't want him for 4 years, but I would give him 3 years, $27 million. He's excited to stay with the team. Tyron Smith, 1 year, $32 million. I'd honestly rather wait till the end of the year before we do that, because I want John Franklin Myers back as well, 2 years, $17 million. And then we'll hold off on Chuck Clark. We could always draft a safety, or we have another backup that has it in dev. Xavier Gibson. We also have Rodgers, but we may as well just wait to see if he retires at the end of the year. He'll also probably regress if he doesn't. So we'll hold off on the rest of these till the end of the year. We'll probably bring back CJ Mosley. We may not, though. It just depends on how much he regresses as well. We'll also have the 5th year for Will McDonald. But yeah, not the hottest start to the season, but I think we could finish the season out better. Hopefully we're in the playoffs. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Jermaine Johnson also got a breakout here in week 11, so let's see if he wants to hit this breakout. Holy shit, he actually hit it. Is he going to go up to superstar for that? Oh my god, that's huge. And in year number 2, we go 11-6 and we win the division. We make the playoffs. We had the 9th offensive points per game, the 8th defense. I told you guys that they would pick up. We had a bad rushing defense and offense, though. That's not really something you want to see in your team. Aaron Rodgers had an insane year, though. 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, 9 picks. He'll probably be up there for MVP. Breece Hall, 1,100 yards, 4.1 per carry, 13 touchdowns. He also had a really good year. Mike Williams, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. He'll probably get a dev trade upgrade for this. And our rookie tight end was really good, almost 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Justin Sandler wasn't great as a rookie, but the rest of the line was actually really good. Quincy Williams leads the team in tackles with 134, 21 TFLs out of HAASON REDDICK, 21 out of Quinnen Williams, 14 out of Jermaine Johnson, 12 out of John Franklin Myers, 19 sacks out of HAASON REDDICK. He may win Defensive Player of the Year. 12 out of Quinnen Williams, 9.5 out of Jermaine Johnson, 2 picks out of CJ Mosley, 2 out of Quincy Williams, and that's actually it. Did we win MVP? No, we didn't. We actually came all the way in 9th. Holy fuck, what did these guys do? Oh my god. Isaiah Pacheco got an MVP vote. Dear God. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to Isaiah Pacheco. We got an MVP vote. No Jets, actually. Dude, we had so many good players this year. How is there not a single one of us up here? But Defensive Player of the Year does go to HAASON REDDICK. He'll go up to X Factor for that. That's huge. No, I don't think he hit his breakout earlier. And we got Quinnen Williams down here at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Cal Overton for the Chargers. We came in 3rd with Britton Edwards. I actually haven't seen what his dev trade is yet. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Stephen Duke for the Bills. No Jets. But, of course, it had to go to somebody in our division. But, hey, we're in the playoffs. That's really what matters to me the most. We're taking on the Titans, who have Caleb Williams, but they only have an 83 overall team. But they were better than us in points per game on offense and defense with an 83 overall team. Let's just sim to the divisional. Let's see if we can beat the Titans. I'm sure we're going to lose. Yeah, that's sick. I love my life. I love when we lose to a team that's 5 overalls lower than us. This game's just great.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
And the Titans actually made the Super Bowl with that team. Whatever, dude. That's sick. Garrett Wilson did not get a dev up like I expected him to. I thought Britton Edwards had Superstar because I swear it said ability unlocked. It's interesting. I also have dev trait regression turned off, so it's not like he could have lost it. But he's up to an 81 overall, so I can't complain about that. And Quinnen Williams actually went up to Superstar. HAASON REDDICK did go up to X Factor for winning Defensive Player of the Year. God, how did we get first rounded by an 83 overall team, dude? Is Aaron Rodgers going to finally call it quits, though? We still have the same overall offense. He may not have retired. No, we lost Thomas Morstead and Greg Zuerlein, but Aaron Rodgers is still going to keep playing. He's 41 years old. What overall is he even going to be? Fortunately, there were no good quarterbacks in the upcoming draft, so, like, yeah, I guess we're sticking it out with Rodgers for one more year. But we do have to bring back Tyron Smith still, and what overall is Aaron Rodgers now? He's still an 82. $34 million for him, though. I think I'm going to let him hit free agency and see what we want to do first. Tyron Smith actually had a really good year, so I will give him a 1 year, $31 million deal. We'll pick up the 5th year for Will McDonald. We'll let Chuck Clark go. We have his replacement. We're going to let Aaron Rodgers hit free agency, and I don't think we have anybody else we need to bring back. We'll let C.J. Mosley go. We'll draft a new linebacker, and that leaves us $40 million to spend in free agency. Maybe there's a chance there's an even better quarterback sitting in free agency. It's not likely, but who knows? And I think letting Rodgers hit free agency, we'll be able to get him back for cheaper because I don't think many teams will be interested in him. But no, there is not a better quarterback unless we want to go with Baker Mayfield, which I actually wouldn't hate. But I don't think there's going to be, like, any teams interested in Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we gave him, like, a $13 million 1 year deal, and we're his only offer, so. But other than that, I don't know what else we could go with. We could go for Robert Hunt. He would be an upgrade at guard, but he's only an 84, and he's 30 years old. I wouldn't hate going with Devin Lloyd. We wouldn't really even have to draft a linebacker if we did that. But I don't know what we would use our picks on if we did that. I think we are going to go for Devin Lloyd, actually. Ooh, this is kind of expensive. I wonder how interested teams are in him. Yeah, we're not going to get Devin Lloyd most likely, but we will get Aaron Rodgers, assuming other teams don't offer for him. Damn, and the Rams are offering for him, so I got to give Aaron Rodgers an actual deal. Shit, we have to give Rodgers, like, all of our money if we want him back. I almost feel like we'd be better off drafting somebody, even though there's no good quarterbacks. Because if we do this, we only have $5 million left. I think we have to. The quarterbacks looked so bad in the draft. I focus scouted them, and the best one was like a round 3 to 4 talent. Oh, he went to the Rams anyway. Okay. That leaves us in a pretty interesting situation. All right, Rodgers, go fuck yourself, dude. Okay, I don't know what to do now. I mean, maybe there's a quarterback that we could get with our first round pick if we trade for him. Because the quarterbacks are so fucking bad. Yeah, I think we're unfortunately going to be stuck drafting a quarterback. Oh, this is rough, dude. This is actually really rough. But we pick at 23, hopefully. Did I just sim to the end of the draft? No, I simmed to the next round. Who did we take, bro? Dude, I just skipped our first round pick. Who did we take? I'm just praying that we took the quarterback. Oh my god, that's... What is wrong with me? Why did I do that? Whatever, man. The linebackers aren't very good either, but we do need a linebacker, so we'll probably take one anyways. Chad Rivers has elite speed. He also has A-zone coverage. The rest of these stats look pretty bad. He's also a day 3 projection, so there's no point in really taking him here. I'm literally banking on the fact that our CPU took a quarterback because I'm not going to take one. They all look so bad. I think I'm going to trade this pick back. There's nothing we really need here in the second round, so we're going to trade back with the Raiders, or we're going to trade it to the Raiders for their 2nd and 4th next year. And then in the 3rd round, we're going to draft a linebacker. Please, game, tell me you took the quarterback. Like, even if he's bad, just tell me you fucking took him, because I don't think I can check. I mean, Marquise Bronson also has elite speed. B-zone, B-man. He almost looks better than the other guy. Let's just take him. He's probably going to have normal, but we really need a linebacker. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go. He has hidden. All right. So assuming the CPU took the quarterback, our draft may be saved. Let's just get to the draft recap and let's see what happened in our first round. Nope, they took an edge rusher, which is like literally the exact opposite of what we need. Oh, God. I think I'm going to do something crazy. Damn, I was going to try to trade for Jordan Love. It's literally not possible. We're trading a second and 2/3 for Michael Penix. It's like our only hope. We got to hope Michael Penix can do good this year, I guess. But, God, I'm gonna off myself, bro. Fortunately, we have a really good supporting cast around Michael Penix. He has all the weapons he could ask for. Mike Williams, Roman Wilson, Garrett Wilson, our new tight end, a great O-line, 2 good running backs, and probably one of the best defenses ever. I still can't believe we took a quarterback in the first round. Okay, so we're going to move Willis over to strong safety, and we'll keep starting DJ Reed at free safety. By the way, I offered 3 first-rounders and 3 second-rounders for Jordan Love, and it didn't go through. But the defense still looks really good. I'm hoping that they can carry us because I don't think Michael Penix is going to be able to get it done. We also have a really bad kicker and punter. I may go sign us a better one real quick. But yeah, let's just get to the midseason of this third year. We don't have Rodgers anymore. God. I guess let's just hope we can make the playoffs. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do, man. I'll see you guys at the midseason. And we're actually 3-4 at the midseason, which isn't bad. We also have the 5th passing offense in yards in the league. So, I mean, clearly Michael Penix is doing something right. Ooh, he's also thrown a lot of interceptions. Okay. Breece Hall's doing really good. Receivers are doing pretty good. Ooh, Justin Sandler's doing pretty bad. Okay, Jermaine Johnson, please just carry us. He already has 7.5 sacks. Oh, God, dude. I mean, we did draft Michael Pratt that first year. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, we're winning. I'm probably going to, I'm going to cut it out, but I'm probably going to sim game by game. And if we need to put in Michael Pratt, we'll probably do so. But first, let's see who we have to re-sign. Sauce Gardner's contract is up. 4 years, $96 million, and he does take it. Jermaine Johnson's up to superstar. We're going to give him 3 years, $45 million. He also takes it. Joe Tittman, we need to bring him back. 2 years, $19 million. He resigns. Tyron Smith will wait till the end of the year. Khalil Herbert will wait till the end of the year, and the rest of these guys are not too important, so we'll see if we want to re-sign these guys at the end of the year as well. But I'll see you guys at the end of the season, dude. Hopefully we can somehow squeak out a playoff spot. And we actually finished the year 8-9. We just barely missed the playoffs. I did end up benching Michael Penix and switching to Michael Pratt, and he was a lot better. 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks, 69 completion percentage. Breece Hall was actually really good. Mike Williams was still really good. So was Garrett Wilson. Justin Sandler's really bad. 13 sacks out of Jermaine Johnson, though. 11 out of HAASON Reddick. 8.5 out of Quentin Williams. 3 picks out of Tyron Arnold. 3 out of Kyle Willis. 1 out of Sauce, 1 out of Asante Samuel, 1 out of DJ Reed, and 1 out of Darrell Baker. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Isaiah Pacheco. Breece Hall came in 7th place. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. We came in 10th with Jermaine Johnson. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Shaquem Marshall for the Chiefs. No Jets. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gregory McKay for the Browns. We came in 6th with Marquise Bronson, who was the first-round pick that the CPU took. And the Colts win the Super Bowl here over the Cowboys. And Tyron Smith retires, so we're going to have to be replacing him in the draft. We have the 5th year for Tyron Arnold. $16 million is affordable. We'll go ahead and pick that up, honestly. Khalil Herbert's not interested. We'll let him go, and I think we're going to let the rest of these guys go as well. We'll bring back Harrison Butker at least. Okay, he wants to play for a new team next year. What the fuck ever. All right, fingers crossed. There's just an insane quarterback sitting in free agency. That's like our only hope. Okay, honestly, I could get down with Bryce Young. I can't lie. A.J. Brown's also here. We don't need him. Tyler Linderbaum's here. He's good, but we don't really need him. We could go for Elgton Jenkins. I wouldn't hate doing that, but we need to tackle more. We could go for Taylor Decker. We could go for Ryan Ramczyk. Okay, so in free agency, we're going to go for Bryce Young. I had to give him a huge offer to get up into his top offers. We're also going to go for Zach Charbonnet to be our backup running back. We're not going to go for a tackle because if we get Bryce Young, we can just use our first-round pick on a new tackle. Bryce Young, please don't go to the Seahawks. I'm begging you. Bryce Young has signed, and he is officially a New York Jet. Thank God. Zach Charbonnet's holding out because he's not interested in playing for us, but he does eventually sign. We got our new quarterback, thank God, because the quarterbacks were again dog shit in the draft. But now we're going to be able to take a tackle in the first round, which is actually huge because we need that really bad. And we got Bryce Young. Bryce Young's actually pretty good in simulation, so I don't hate that. And he's the same overall as Aaron Rodgers was that last year he played when we went like 11-6. So I think we'll be able to make it work as long as we can draft him a good tackle to, protect him. So going into the draft, we could probably use a 4th receiver. We need to draft a tackle in the 1st round. We could technically upgrade with Isaiah Adams, but that's like not the biggest concern right now. And then I don't think we need to draft anything on defense. The defense just keeps getting better. Willis actually went up to superstar, which is huge. Or actually, he may have just had it, because I think he was still hitting. No, he had star whenever we moved him to strong safety. But we don't need to draft anything on defense. We look perfect on defense. So we'll draft a tackle. We'll probably draft a receiver because we don't have a 4th one. But let's get into the draft. Let's see what tackle will be available at pick 13. Okay, Mike Carroll actually looks really good. He's only 21 out of USC. He only has marginal strength, which is really concerning. D run block finesse is pretty bad, but everything else looks really good. A awareness, impact blocking, A to B injury, B lead block, A pass block finesse, A pass block power, B run block. The marginal strength concerns me, but everything else looks too good to not take a chance on him, so we are going to draft him. And he has hidden dev. 82 strength is really low. I've seen receivers with higher strength than that, but I think he's going to be a good overall nonetheless. We can't just draft based off his strength. And then let's see if we can get a receiver here in the 2nd round. I mean, the receivers don't look great, but they don't look terrible. Morris Graham is 23 out of Florida State. Great strength, elite jumping, B catching traffic, B release. He doesn't look crazy, but I think we could use him, and he may have a dev trait. Him being 23 means he probably won't, but let's take a chance on him. Only normal dev, but he's only going to be our 4th receiver anyway. And then in the 4th round, we'll see if we can get a guard better than Isaiah Adams, because it's really the only other thing I can think of drafting right now. If there's no good-looking guards, we'll just get to the draft recap. Okay, there actually are some nice-looking guards. Daquan Holiday is 21 out of A&M. Only decent strength, which sucks for a guard. A to C awareness, A to C impact block. He actually has F lead block, but A to C pass block, A to C pass block finesse. He could be really good. He could also be pretty dog shit, but let's just take him. And he actually has hidden dev, another insanely weak O-lineman, though. But we'll get to the draft recap here. We'll see how we did, and then we'll hop into what could be the last year. We'll probably do 2 more, though. Yeah, and Mike Carroll is actually 75 overall. I knew he'd be a good overall. Morris Graham's a 74. That's honestly not bad. And Holiday's a 73 overall. So not a bad draft at all. But here's a look at the roster going into what could be the last year. Sandler being at left tackle really scares me because he's already been pretty bad throughout the video. But we have an 88 overall team. We have an 89 overall defense. I think we have a really good team for Bryce Young to work with. And dude, Bryce Young is actually so nasty in simulation. So I think we're bound to have a good year here. But it's getting late into the rebuild. This could be the last year. If we don't do good, we're definitely going to do 1 more. But I'll see you guys at the end of the season, and hopefully we're in the playoffs. And we went 14-3 and got the 1 seed. We had the 4th offensive points per game and the number 1 defense. Bryce Young threw for 4,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, 9 picks, 71 completion percentage. He had a really good year. Breece Hall with 1,500 yards, 5 per carry, 17 touchdowns. Holy shit. Garrett Wilson, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Roman Wilson, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 860 yards, 3 touchdowns. Britton Edwards, 830 yards, 6 touchdowns. We spread the ball around a lot. And the O-line was actually really good. Mike Carroll wasn't great, but as a rookie, he was pretty good. We allowed like 1 sack per game. Quincy Williams leads the team in tackles with 111, 21 TFLs out of Jermaine Johnson, 18 out of John Franklin Myers, 17 out of Quinnen Williams, 15 out of HAASON REDDICK, 14.5 sacks out of HAASON REDDICK, 13 out of Quinnen Williams, 10 out of Jermaine Johnson, 1 pick out of Quincy Williams, 1 out of Tyron Arnold, and 1 out of DJ Reed. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. We were actually nowhere up here with Bryce Young. We did win Coach of the Year, though. That's our second of the video. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson. We came in 2nd place with Breece Hall. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Chris Jones. We came in 6th place with HAASON REDDICK and 10th with Jermaine Johnson. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Wyatt McDowell for the Raiders. No Jets. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Billy Colvin for the Chargers. No Jets. But I don't really think we had any rookies actually like playing. But let's take a look at who we're taking on in the divisional round. And we're taking on the 11-6 Steelers. We're 3 overalls higher than them. We had a better offensive points per game. We obviously had a better defense because we had the number 1 defense in the league. We should win this game. Let's get to the AFC Championship and let's see if we beat the Steelers. All right, dude, I'm gonna crash out. We didn't lose anybody to retirement though, so assuming we have the money to, we should be able to keep this team together. The Super Bowl was Madden's favorite Super Bowl that they just make every year, so I don't know. We're probably just going to try to go all out this year. We'll try to bring back everybody. We're probably not going to draft. We'll probably trade our 1st round pick and try to add something to the team because I don't know how we lost that game to the Steelers. That's just such bullshit. We have the number 1 defense in the league, and we let up 31 points to the Steelers. Before re-signings, we have $88 million to bring back Quinnen Williams, Britton Edwards, who actually went up to superstar. This is also only a 5th year. Elijah Vera Tucker, HAASON Reddick, Roman Wilson. This actually looks pretty doable. We'll start off with Quinnen Williams. We're going to give him 2 years. We'll even up it just a little bit to make sure he comes back. 2 years, $59 million, and he resigns. We're not going to pick up the 5th year for Britton Edwards because this is going to be the last year. Vera Tucker, we're going to give 3 years, $44 million. He resigns. HAASON Reddick, we're going to give him 2 years, $42, which is actually really expensive for a 32-year-old, but it's no big deal. Roman Wilson, we'll go ahead and bring him back as well. 2 years, $10 million. He's excited to stay with the team. Will McDonald, can we afford to bring you back? We should, assuming you accept this 2 years, $10 million. He wants to test out free agency. We'll try to bring him back in free agency. If not, I think we could almost get somebody better. We're obviously not going to re-sign Michael Pratt or Michael Penix. John Franklin Myers has actually been good this video, so we'll give him 1 year, $6.7 million. He resigns. And that should be everybody we're going to bring back. I guess we should bring back DJ Reed, 2 years, $13 million. He's excited to stay with the team. So that leaves us only $5 million to work with in free agency. If there's somebody I want, I will be restructuring contracts because we did lose Will McDonald. Maybe there will be a really nice edge rusher that we could sign in free agency that's going to be even better than him. Yeah, it's not looking like that's the case, honestly. So probably trade for one, assuming we can afford it. I'll have to restructure some deals and free up some money, most likely. Also, Bryce Young went up to X Factor. I didn't even realize that. But we freed up a decent amount of money. We have $34 million now, so we should be able to trade for pretty much whoever we want. I'm going to try to only use draft picks from this year, but I feel like we've deserved at least 2 Super Bowls this video, so if I do a little bit more than that, I'm not even going to feel bad about it. Yeah, fuck not blowing the team up. We're giving up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 4th, and a 5th for Josh Allen. So this is the roster going into the final year. Bryce Hall also went up to X Factor. The tight end the CPU took last year has X Factor. We still have a great receiving core for Bryce Young. Breece Hall's a 97 overall. And then the defense is fucking insane. The only normal dev starter we have is DJ Reed. We added Josh Allen, so we probably have one of the best pass rush duos ever, along with this D-line. Like, I don't see how anybody's going to be able to stop us. So we should realistically win the Super Bowl this year. Like, we have way too good of a team not to. But it is Madden. We got to keep that in mind. But let's sim to the end of the final year, and let's see what happens. But while we're on the topic of Madden being dog shit, I had a video idea that I'm curious if you guys would like to see it. It's not a rebuild. It would be a Madden 25 franchise wish list. And to explain that, it would pretty much just be me talking about all the things that I would fix in this game. You know, if I knew how to fucking code or was an EA developer, you know, all that shit. Just all the things that I think could improve Madden franchise next year. I remember whenever I was a little kid, I would watch MMG play Madden Mobile, and he would make Madden Mobile wish lists for the next Madden Mobile. So I kind of want to do a video kind of like that because I think Madden franchise has a lot of problems. So leave a comment if you would like to see that video. And we go 13-4 again. I think that's the 3rd time we've had that record. Or it may have been 14-3. I'm not sure. But we had the #1 offensive points per game, the #9 defense. We have a 92 overall team. Bryce Young was 3rd in the NFL in passing yards with 4,500. He also had 44 touchdowns, 10 picks, a 72 completion percentage. Breece Hall, 1,300 yards, 5.1 per carry, 16 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Roman Wilson, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Britton Edwards did good. Breece Hall got some action in the passing game. Yeah, Justin Sandler went back to being dog shit. Everybody else was actually pretty good, though. Marquise Bronson led the team in tackles with 118, 21 TFLs out of Josh Allen, 15 out of Quinnen Williams, 14 out of Jermaine Johnson, 11 out of John Franklin Myers. 12.5 sacks out of Jermaine Johnson, 12.5 out of Josh Allen, 11.5 out of Quinnen Williams. And where the fuck is HAASON Reddick? Was he playing, like, pass coverage? Dude, whatever. I don't even care. Why was HAASON Reddick not... Why didn't he get a single sack on the year? I don't know. But let's see who we're taking on in the divisional. The Buffalo Bills. But first, I do want to quickly check the awards. We came in 2nd for MVP with Bryce Young. We did not win Coach of the Year. Offensive Player, they went to Isaiah Pacheco. We came in 3rd with Garrett Wilson, 6th with Bryce Young. Defensive Player, they went to Max Crosby. We came in 2nd with Josh Allen, 7th with Jermaine Johnson, 8th with Quinnen Williams, and we didn't have any rookies, obviously. But let me go make sure that fucking HAASON Reddick is actually playing as a pass rusher. Whatever, I think I fixed it. There's a good chance I didn't. Who cares? We're taking on the Bills in the divisional. We have a 7 overall. We're 7 overalls higher than them. We have home field advantage. I'm sure we'll lose. Let's just send to the AFC Championship and see if we win. And we actually do, 16-13. We're actually taking on a team with a higher overall than us. It is the Chiefs. I don't know how much I just messed up what I was trying to say. They have a higher overall than us, but we had a better offense in points per game. They actually had the #1 defense in points per game, so this should be a good game. It is the last year, so it'd be nice if Madden could bless up and, let us make the Super Bowl. Oh, that's unfortunate. We did not make the Super Bowl. That is going to be the end of the video. Like, I will say, it is kind of fair that we lost to the Chiefs. They did have a higher overall team, but just think about how many times we lost to a team we were higher overall than in the playoffs this video. Before reference, we're going to go ahead and take a look around the league and look at other teams' overalls. We had a 92. The Chiefs were obviously higher than us with a 93. Let's see, the Falcons have an 89. The Niners have an 89. We have a 92, of course. Yeah, the Chiefs are literally the only team with a higher overall than us, and it's only by 1, and the next highest team is an 89 overall. We definitely deserve to win at least 1 Super Bowl this video, but I'm not going to complain too much because I think we built a really good team here. Bryce Young was our quarterback to finish the video. He did great. Garrett Wilson finished the video going up to X Factor. Breece Hall finishes a 99 overall. Mike Williams was great throughout the video. Vera Tucker went up to Superstar. I barely ever get dev tray upgrades on the O-line, so that's pretty cool. HAASON Reddick was great throughout the video. I don't know why he was playing pass coverage the last year. I mean, he does play some off-ball linebacker, but he's way better as a pass rusher. DJ Reed finished off the year a star, so it makes this defense look a lot better. But if you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video. Sorry I wasn't able to get a Super Bowl for you guys. We made a few NFC championships, though, or AFC championships. But again, if you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That's going to be all for this one. Comment what videos you guys would like to see next. Deuces.